Hello, dear humans. I would like to share with you this little idea and thought about how we communicate ETs in between each other, not just in the one race, but in also different races. I would like to offer this idea to you because it can even a little bit more expand your idea about how communication can go. Because you asked us before, for example, how we speak in Yahyel, if we even use language. And I before said, for example, that we use still some kind of sounds, and you could understand it to be a language, but it's not the same as your languages as you use them. So we still speak, but 80% of the communication comes through the energy. The telepathy, and not just telepathy, it's not telepathy of the words, it's telepathy of everything, all the ideas. It's very similar like when we speak through the channels, we download certain information, and that is closest to the explanation how we communicate, but it's in between ETs, like among ETs, but it's still quite different because we need to give you, because you are translating it into the way of how you communicate through the channel. So we need to give the ideas and thoughts in small bite-sized pieces, so channels can translate it into sentences and coherent ideas. But of course, always there is also energy that we share through that as well. That channel is delivering in behind, and there can be so much more. So that is idea of about how we communicate as well. That, for example, when we channel through humans, we of course give you these ideas again, like they can be sometimes amazing, the words that we say, so enlightening, even when simple ideas. It's just exactly what you need to hear, but again, it's still just a very small part of the communication, and we can deliver so much more energies on an energetic level or information that triggers every one of you who listens in a different way, and exactly the way that you need as well. Of course, the words can as well satisfy you in some ways, but the energies are they're very specific, and expansive, and it will trigger whoever's ready for them. So this is similar to how we communicate also among the ETs, but like how we are connecting with the channels and then sharing the information, but it's still even more expansive than that. So when we communicate with another ETs who are telepathetic, and basically most of them are beings in a universe, except you, then we communicate in the way that we connect energetically. We are in a presence of each other, and the communication is even very intimate on the level that you would understand and feel, because we fully connect with each other. We create like a one space of a mind and emotion and energies, like consciousness bubble. When we communicate with another being, it doesn't have to be our own race, it can be other races as well. When we communicate, the bubble creates around us in a certain way, and we share the same, like a chat room in a way, but what we share is like we share the thoughts, the emotions and ideas and everything all together. So it's not about like the other person is conveying with the words or with the thoughts something and then we are receiving it. We are living it immediately as they are trying to communicate it. And this is what happens also to you when you are opening up energetically to your guides or your higher self or whatever. That many times when you receive downloads, it just appears to you, like you feel it's not you, but at the same time it's you. It just appears, the idea, the understanding, everything inside of you. And that is the same way how we communicate with in between ourselves, then that we have it immediately understanding. We live the energy of the communication. And that's why it's very important to have a very strong understanding who you are as a person, to be fully conscious, fully aware, fully discover yourself, so you know when you are sharing in this way with, and this is of course like never like on one-on-one only. We share it with the collectives, we share it in groups and so on, this type of communication. So you need to be very strong in your energy, in your identity and energy and everything, your consciousness basically, to not get lost in like what is even you, what is your thoughts, what do you feel, and to understand and to be comfortable in that pool of all these energies, all these feelings of coming from everyone, and even be capable of processing it. So when we are, for example, imagine like let's say some kind of meeting, there are 10 other beings, for example, and we share, you could understand like we share all together, everyone at the same time. So if you imagined like meeting like this with the humans, and everyone would be speaking through each of yourself, you wouldn't hear what anyone is saying, you wouldn't understand. But we can communicate in this way. We create this bubble of understanding of all of us. We align, and in that bubble we kind of like become one, and we can listen to everyone, but we think as a one, but at the same time we bring our own inspirations into it and understand at the same time. So our capabilities of processing a lot of communications and energies are much bigger than yours, for example. And this is how we basically communicate. So I wanted to share this part of our lives with you. I'm not sure if it's useful to you, but I'm sure that it would be really nice for you to just imagine it and receive the feeling of it and imagination, because all these ideas that maybe are not so useful even in your physical lives, when you hear them, they open you up to our world a little bit more and what you can expect, and they a little bit hype you as well for our world and the change that you may have experienced in the future, and get excited about it as well. So, and kind of like give you the feeling and bring the energy of that happening sometime in the future to you while you are receiving these ideas. Of course, you can receive ideas through even sci-fi movies and many different things, but when you are listening this type of ideas through channels, of course it's with the energies, with the different type of energies. When channels are activated energetically, they have open kundalini, so they channel these energies to in a different ways than what you can receive through movies. But of course, if you are yourself open with the kundalini, then of course you can receive these energies also when it comes through other channels, but also yourself, and when you ask it from your guides and stuff like that. So this is just another idea, as I said that I just wanted to share, that is exciting and interesting about how we communicate, and you can have a little bit more clue about how we function, how we live, and to see into our lives. So thank you very much for listening, and I will connect with you again next time.